Hi, I'm Paul from Find My Footwear, and today we're looking at an updated model from Saucony. It's the new Saucony Triumph 23. First up, the Triumph 23 doesn't look that different to the previous version, the 22, or in fact the 21. So things have evolved a little bit. It's not major revisions outwardly, but the shoe does feel very different. First up, it's lighter, it feels softer and definitely more responsive. So let's have a look at some of the stats and then we'll examine how it feels on the foot. So the Triumph 23 in the men's comes in at 9.2 ounces, that's 263 grams, and in the ladies 239 grams, 8.4 ounces. The stack height, 37 millimeters in the heel, 27 in the forefoot, so a 10 mil drop. So it doesn't feel that much difference, but it is significantly lighter than the 22. And on the foot, it does, that's noticeable. The shoe seems to disappear a little bit. It's got a revised upper. It is very simple looking. Big Saucony logo on the lateral side. On the medial side, very simple. They've kept the weight down. They've reduced the overlays and the prints. But I think they could have done a little bit better there, almost too simple. And from a distance, you really couldn't identify that shoe as a Saucony, let alone a Triumph. Maybe the colours on the midsole give it away if you've seen it from the other side previously. But we could have had a little bit more graphic going on here. Not to worry though, that doesn't detract from the overall ride of the shoe, of course. Elsewhere on the upper, like I say, a new engineered mesh, very breathable, very light, it fits well, snug across the midfoot, a little bit of wiggle room in the toes, a little bit of volume in there as well, so very comfortable. We've got this, the flared heel tab as well. A lot of brands are going to this in 2025. Now in this particular model, it is a little bit stiffer than some, but again, as it turns away from the Achilles, it's unlikely to cause any irritation at all. It does help the foot slide in nice and smoothly. Then we've got this printed 3D effect around the heel counter, and that gives it a little bit of extra structure and adds to the general stability of the shoe. Of course, it is a neutral shoe, so it's not a control shoe, but it does feel relatively stable. The biggest difference in the Triumph 23 is the formulation of the Power Run PB foam. Power Run PB is used across Saucony's models, so you've got it in the endorphin range for the racing shoes, very energised, very springy and poppy. In the previous version of the Triumph, the 22, it did feel very soft. They'd almost detuned it, whereas in this, the 23, they've tweaked it again, and you've still got that initial soft cushion feel to it, but there's certainly a bit more pop to it. It's a little bit more energised. Perhaps that comes from the lightness. They've reduced the weight of it as well. It's a little bit more sculpted. You can see how it's sculpted in the heel. It's got a nice cutaway, and in the forefoot. It just somehow feels more responsive, more energised, particularly if you're doing faster runs, if you're doing a tempo run or intervals. I did a few strides in it as well on an easy run the other day. Felt great, really easy to pick up the pace in, and it has transformed from the 22. The 22 did feel a little bit overly soft. It's still a nice shoe, really enjoyed that shoe and had a couple of pairs. But compared to this, I went back into the 22 to see how that felt, and a little bit sinky, whereas this has got a bit more pop, a bit more energised feel to it. The outsole has been revised. This is to keep the weight down a bit, I think. Cutaways in the sole adds to the flexibility as well and reduces the weight, so maybe that's contributing to the feel. Noticeably less rubber on the outsole, but it does cover all the key areas, so durability shouldn't be a concern. This Power Run PB foam does scuff up a little bit when it comes into contact with the ground, but it doesn't really affect the performance. So whilst it can look a little bit tatty, even in the early miles of the shoe, don't worry about it. It's not taking anything away from it. Overall durability, very good. And the shoes do stand up to mileage as well as any other shoe on the market. So here it is, the Triumph 23 from Saucony. Lighter, softer, but more responsive at the same time. A very good improvement and a very good update to the Triumph model. If you've liked previous versions, I think you'll still like this one. Go for it, give it a whirl. Any questions, stick them down below. I will always endeavour to answer them for you. But please do like the channel, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and give the video a like and share if possible. Thanks for watching once again. This is Find My Footwear.